Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This is where we break down the big topics you need to know and give you the essential tools you can start using, well, right away.
And today, we are tackling what feels like the Mount Everest for beginner language learners.
Oh.
The English self-introduction. It sounds so simple, but it's that first moment you meet someone, and bam, the pressure is on.
It's totally on. And let's be real, you listening probably already know the words. You've studied, maybe you watch movies in English. But the second someone looks at you and says, so tell me about yourself, what happens?
You freeze.
You freeze. Total silence. We call that the introduction freeze.
And that freeze, it's not because you don't know things, it's about confidence. It's driven by anxiety. Our sources, they actually talk about this a lot.
Right.
Non-native speakers, they run into native speakers who talk super fast, or they're trying to remember all these complex grammar rules in their head. It creates what researchers call linguistic anxiety.
Linguistic anxiety. So it's a real thing.
It's a very real thing, and it can actually block you from remembering the vocabulary you work so hard to learn.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive is super practical. We're going to build you a toolkit to get right past that anxiety.
Yep, a foundational toolkit.
We're focusing on just 5 core vocabulary words and 5 simple, repeatable sentences. Nothing complicated, no fancy grammar.
The goal is so you can give a complete, clear, and confident introduction every single time you get that icebreaker question.
And we're really sticking to the basics here. We're talking A1, maybe A2 level. That's the foundation.
And the payoff for getting this right is huge. The data shows that when you get better at these basic conversations, it actually helps with everything else. Your reading, your writing, even your listening.
So simple sentences are the priority.
Absolutely. Simple structures that are easy to remember and make you easy to understand. That's the win.
And all of this comes from really solid sources. We're pulling from lists of most common English words, basic grammar guides that focus on that simple subject-verb complement structure.
The real backbone of English.
Exactly. And methods that are proven to help you build confidence fast.
So by the end of this session, you're going to have the framework and the actual phrases you need, because speaking comfortably, even at a basic level, that's what opens doors. Socially, professionally, all of it.
All right, let's dive into the building blocks. We're going to start with the 5 essential words for any basic introduction.
And we're going to use a little learning strategy. It's called the sandwich technique.
The sandwich technique. Okay, what's that?
It's simple. We say the word, we give a simple definition, we put it in context, and then we say the word again. Word, definition, context, word. Like a sandwich.
I like it. And we're going to go slow. For A1, A2 level, a clear, deliberate pace is everything. Repetition is your friend.
Exactly. We need to go past just knowing the definition. You need to know the function of the word, why you're using it. If you can handle these 5 words, you've basically navigated the whole first minute of a conversation.
Perfect. Let's do it. First word, the most essential one. It's name.
Name. Okay, so the function is, well, it's what people call you. It's the gateway to any conversation. But here's the strategy part.
Oh.
It's not about the word itself. It's about the pace. So many learners say their name really fast, and the other person just can't catch it.
That is a brilliant point. So the strategy is in the delivery. You have to practice saying it slowly, clearly. Let's try it. Name.
Again, name.
Okay, word number 2. This one gives immediate context. Country.
Country. So this is the place you were from, your origin, your nationality.
So when someone asks, where are you from?
Yeah.
This is the word they're looking for.
That's the one. And it's so important to remember that English is a global language now. It's not just the US or the UK.
Yeah.
People use it everywhere. So saying your country helps the listener place you, geographically, culturally.
Good tip. And if your country has a long name, practice saying it clearly. Let's do it. Country.
One more time.
Country.
All right, word number 3 is age.
Age. This is just how old you are. The number of years you've lived. Now, the word itself is simple, but this is a big one, right? Because how we talk about age in English is often really different from other languages.
Huge difference. In English, you are a certain age. We'll get into the grammar of that soon, but just knowing the noun, age,
Ah,
It's step one. It's one of the most common words you'll find on any basic vocabulary list.
got it. Let's pronounce it age.
Again.
Age.
Okay, number 4. This one is about what you do every day, job or work.
Right. 2 words here. Both are super common. Job is usually your specific title, like a cook or a banker.
And work is a bit more general. It could be the place you go or just the activity you do.
Exactly. Our source material gives some great examples like a pharmacist, an accountant, a camera woman, things you find all over the world.
And notice those little words, a and an, before the
Good
job.
catch. We will definitely be coming back to those. They're so important. So for now, let's just practice the main words. Job.
Work.
Perfect. And finally, number 5. This is the word that builds a real connection. Hobby. Hobby. This is an activity you like to do in your free time.
And strategically, this might be the most important word after your name.
Really? Why is that?
Because facts are fine, but hobbies are about your personality. They make the conversation interesting. If you just say your name and your job, the conversation can just stop.
But if you say your hobby, like reading or sewing or playing soccer,
Exactly. You give the other person something to ask about. It creates a connection.
makes sense. Let's say it clearly. Hobby.
So there we have it. Our 5 foundational words. Name, country, age, job work, and hobby. Now let's build some sentences.
Okay, this is where it all comes together. We're taking those single words and building complete functional sentences. Sentences an A1 or A2 learner can use right away without thinking too much.
And we're sticking to the simplest structure in English. Subject, verb, complement.
Think of it like a spine. It's the foundation for being clear.
And the most important connector in that spine, especially for beginners, is the verb to be.
Ah, the verb to be. So am is are. That's the MVP of beginner English, right? It connects who you are to a description.
Exactly. It connects I to my name or I to my country. For a self-introduction, you're mostly going to use I am. It's your best friend.
Let's use that structure to build our 5 key phrases. Phrase 1, expressing identity. My name is.
Okay, the structure here is super simple. You have that little word my that shows ownership, then the noun, name, then the verb is, and then, your actual name.
And that word my is key. It's connected to I'm speaking, so it is my name.
You got it. It's a fixed phrase. It never changes, so you can just memorize it. My name is John. Perfect.
Okay, phrase 2, expressing origin. I am from.
Here we go. Subject I,
Yeah.
verb am, and then a really important little word, a preposition from, then your country or city.
So that word from is the key piece of grammar here.
It is. In English, from is the specific word we use to show where you started, your origin, your nationality.
So you wouldn't say I am Canada if you mean that's where you're from.
Nope. You would always say, I'm from Canada. It's
Yeah.
locked in for origin. And that makes it easy for the listener, too. They hear, I am from, and their brain knows a place is coming next.
Got it. Phrase 3, expressing age. I am years old.
Okay, this one is a huge, huge challenge for a lot of learners.
Because of direct translation, right?
Exactly. In so many other languages, you have years. You say, I have 30 years. In English, that sounds very wrong. You must use the verb to be.
You are 30 years old.
You are.
Yeah.
It's a non-negotiable rule. If you learn one thing today, it's this. For age, use I am.
So, I am 40 years old, or can I just say I am 40?
Yep, both are perfect.
No.
I'm 40 is just a little more casual. Both are correct.
Great. Phrase 4, expressing occupation. We've got 2 options here. I'm a, or I work as.
2 great options. The first one uses our friend, the verb to be. I am a pharmacist. Subject, verb, and then your job title.
And the second one uses the verb work. I work as an accountant.
That one's a little more formal, but both are very common.
Okay, let's talk about the thing that confuses everyone. Those little words. A and an.
Particles. It feels random, but it's not. It's all about the sound that comes next.
So if the job starts with a consonant sound like cook or banker,
You use a cook.
a banker.
And if it starts with a vowel sound, like accountant,
You use an accountant. It's just to make the words flow together smoothly. And try saying accountant. It's clunky.
An accountant. Ah, it does flow better.
Right. So you have to connect the sound of your job to the right article.
Okay, last one. Phrase 5, expressing preference.
I like.
This one is maybe the easiest. Subject, I, verb like, and then a noun or an activity.
So this is where our word hobby comes in.
Exactly. You say, I like reading, or I like playing soccer. When we talk about an activity, we often add that ing at the end. Don't worry about the grammar name for it. Just think of it as the name of the activity.
So I like reading. Simple.
Super simple. And that basic noun plus verb pattern is the foundation of almost all casual English conversation.
So if you master these 5 fixed phrases, you're not just memorizing words anymore, you're actually communicating.
That's the leap. You're becoming a communicator.
All right, now let's put these 5 phrases into action. We're going to do 3 short, slow-paced scenes, and I want you to listen really closely, not just for the words, but for the rhythm, the flow of the conversation.
Exactly. This is active listening. Try to notice the natural pauses and where you put the stress on certain words. That's what helps you understand speech when it gets faster later on.
Okay, scenario A. This is that critical first moment of first meeting.
Hello, good to meet you.
Hi, my name is Anna. What is your name?
My name is Ben. Nice to meet you too, Anna.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
Okay, scene. Let's break that down.
The first thing I noticed was the energy and the stress. You said, my name is Anna. The stress was on your name.
Yes, that is so important for being clear. You put the stress on the new information, the word the other person needs to remember. If you say it all flat, my name is Anna, it's easy for their brain to just, tune out.
It's also a great way to practice clear pronunciation. If you practice saying it slowly and with stress now, it'll be so much easier to understand the fast, natural version you hear in the real world.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And notice how simple the greetings were. Hello. Hi. That's all you need.
Simple and friendly. Got it.
Okay, scenario B. Now we're getting into some background details. Country and age. Listen for those fixed grammar patterns we talked about.
So, Ben, where are you from?
I am from Canada. And how about you?
I am from the United States.
That's interesting. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you, Anna?
I am 30 years old. How old are you?
I am 22 years old.
Okay, let's analyze that. The thing that stands out to me is the switch between your and my.
Yes, talk about that.
Well, you asked the question, what is your name? But I answered, my name is. It's that quick switch. You are asking about me, so you use your. I am answering about myself, so I use my.
That is the I goes to my relationship. It's a fast, automatic shift you have to get used to. It's a great thing to drill.
And the other big one, age. Did everyone hear it?
Let's see.
We both said, I am 22 years old. I am 30 years old. We use the verb to be.
Never. I have. That's a huge sign that a learner has really mastered a foundational rule of English, associating age with am or is or are.
Okay, final scene. Scenario C. This one is about life and fun job, hobbies, and then saying goodbye.
What do you do for work, Anna?
I am a pharmacist. I work with medicine.
That sounds like important work. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I do. I like reading and sewing. I also play soccer sometimes.
Reading is a great hobby. Well, I must go now. It was great meeting you.
Goodbye, Ben.
Okay, the big grammar point there has to be the article before the job title.
I am a pharmacist.
Exactly. The job pharmacist starts with a consonant sound, so you use a
Let's do a quick drill. If my job is designer,
I am a designer.
what if it's architect?
I'm an architect. That little word, A or N, it signals to the listener that a single job title is coming up. It's really important for correct grammar.
And we also saw the hobby phrase, I like reading and sewing.
Yep. Like plus the activity, often with that ing form. That structure is the key to all basic small talk about what you enjoy.
And finally, the closing. It was really simple and polite.
That's all you need. I must go now, or I have to leave. And then something friendly like, it was great meeting you, always end on a positive note.
Okay, so we've given you the structure, we've given you the core phrases, but knowledge that just sits in your brain is, well, it's passive.
Right. And the hardest part of learning a language is getting that knowledge out, going from knowing the words inside your head to actually speaking them without thinking. That's fluency.
That is the great wall every learner hits, isn't it? You could
Ha!
know all the vocabulary lists in the world, but you still freeze up.
And our sources are so clear on this input, so listening and reading, that builds your foundation. But it's output speaking. That's the engine of fluency.
So let's talk strategy. A lot of learners, they spend almost all their time reading or listening. They think they'll just absorb the language.
But the research says you have to dedicate real time, maybe at least 20% of your study time just to speaking. It's what makes the language come alive. You have to start talking even if it feels uncomfortable.
Especially when it feels uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Because speaking is how you confront that linguistic anxiety we talked about.
Yeah.
When you speak, you get real-time feedback. You find out what your actual weaknesses are, not just what you think they are.
We saw some student stories that really drive this home. There was one about a university student, Amara. She was terrified of speaking in her classes. She said it felt like her brain was just
And
locked.
what unlocked it?
She said just reviewing vocabulary didn't help at all. The only thing that worked was forcing herself to actually use the language with a partner. That broke the lock.
And we saw another one, Lily, an accountant. She needed English for client meetings and was so worried about embarrassing herself.
What was her solution?
She just drilled these simple introduction phrases over and over and over until they were automatic.
So it reduced the mental effort.
Exactly. It freed up her brain to actually focus on what the client was saying instead of worrying about her own grammar.
The sources also give a really powerful technique for practicing this on your own. It's called shadowing.
Ah, shadowing is great. So that's when you listen to a native speaker, maybe a short audio clip, and you repeat what they say immediately. You try to match their rhythm, their tone, everything.
For an A1 or A2 learner, you'd want to start really small, right?
Oh, yeah, super small. Find a 30-second clip of a self-introduction. Listen, pause, repeat one word, then a short phrase. Then you try to mimic the whole thing.
And the key is to record yourself.
You have to. Record yourself, then compare your speech to the original. You'll hear the specific little mistakes, maybe a vowel sound that's off, and you can focus your practice right there.
Okay, but to really practice, you need a partner. So where do you find people to talk to?
Luckily, the digital world is amazing for this. There are basically two paths you can take.
What are they?
First, you have expert tutors, platforms like Preply. Now, this costs money, but the value is huge because a professional tutor gives you customized practice and, most importantly, they give you immediate, non-judgmental correction.
So they'll catch if you keep saying, I have for your age instead of I am.
Exactly. And they'll drill you on it until you fix it. It's the fastest way to fix those specific grammar mistakes.
Okay, what's the second path?
The second path is language exchange. This is talking with peers. It's often free, and it's great for real-life practice and getting cultural insights.
There are a bunch of apps for this, right?
So many. HelloTalk is fantastic. It has tools built right into the chat for translation and correction. You can practice writing these 5 phrases first before you try speaking them.
What about Tandem?
Tandem is great for matching you with people who have the same interests. So if your hobby is reading, you can find another person who likes reading, and boom, you have something to talk about after the introduction.
And Speaky is good for quick chats.
Yeah, if you only have 15 minutes, you can log on to Speaky and find someone to talk to right now.
And the sources also mention one called Idioma, which focuses on finding people near you and has a big focus on safety, which is really important.
Very important. But the strategy for all these apps is the same, especially for beginners. Don't just chat randomly, go in with a goal.
So you could say, hey, for the first 5 minutes, let's just practice introductions.
Precisely. That structure gives you comfort and makes sure you're getting consistent practice on the things you need to learn.
And while output is key, we also need to make our listening time more efficient. The research is a big fan of using multimedia.
Oh, absolutely. Multimedia, so video, audio, and text all together is super effective. Think about watching a short movie scene with the subtitles on,
Why is that so powerful?
because your brain is connecting the sound of a word to the written word and to the action on the screen all at the same time. It builds much stronger connections.
The sources recommend something called subtitle sprints.
Yeah, I love this idea. You just set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes, and you are laser focused on a video with subtitles. If you see a new word, you pause, look it up, and write down the whole sentence.
And that directly helps with the problem of fast native speech. You can pause, rewind, repeat little chunks of speech until you get them.
And you start training your ear to hear groups of words together, not just single words, which is how native speakers actually talk.
Okay, finally, all of this comes down to one thing:
Let me guess.
consistency.
Consistency. You can't just do this once a month. Fluency is an ongoing process.
And being consistent is what builds confidence, even just 10 minutes a day. That repetition makes the phrases automatic, and when something is automatic, the anxiety disappears.
So track your progress, keep a journal, use an app. Seeing how far you've come is great motivation. And find some accountability. Join a study group. Promise your language partner you'll meet twice a week. That little bit of external pressure can make all the difference. We have covered so much ground today. We took that scary tell me about yourself question and turned it into a simple step-by-step strategy.
Let's do a quick recap. Let's stitch all 5 phrases together into one complete introduction.
Okay, you start with your identity. Clear and confident. Hello, my name is your name.
Then you add your origin and age. I am from country and I am number years old. And remember.
Always use the verb to be for age. Always.
Next, your occupation. Make sure you use the right article. I am a Turanen job title.
And you finish by sharing a personal detail to open up the conversation. I like hobby, like reading or playing soccer.
And that's it. That is a complete, simple, and effective introduction. You are ready to beat that introduction freeze.
Now, for our final challenge to you. The best way to make this lesson stick is to use it. It's something called controlled composition.
Okay, what's the task?
It's simple. Take those 5-sentence structures we just practiced and use only those structures to write a short paragraph about yourself. Write it down like you're sending a short note to a new pen pal.
I love that. It takes what you just heard, which is passive knowledge, and turns it into active knowledge your brain can actually use under pressure.
And we want to leave you with this one last thought. Confidence is the real currency of language. Don't wait until your grammar is perfect to start speaking.
That's so true.
True fluency, especially at a basic level, is just about being able to express your ideas clearly and be understood. Focus on being understandable and start building that confidence today.
So go out there, practice those 5 phrases, and start speaking. That's all for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.